Hi there everyone, we have reached the semi-final stage of this pre-season tournament. It's the European Continental Shield. Looking forward to it, Alan Smith.
Yeah, both these teams have put in a lot of effort to get this far and they want to go the extra mile now and get to the final.
Our match today is Fortuna Düsseldorf and they will play Nottingham Forest.
A lot of interest in Valencia here about this stadium.
Building steadily here, keeping possession. Letting the shot go! It's a fast start here.
They deserve that goal, they've been the better team early on.
So a real captain's contribution here with a fine goal.
Was a good goal and it came at a crucial time, I think, for his side. Real captain's input there.
Got to keep the ball here under some pressure.
Fink.
Kowalcyzk. Here's the chance.
Well, that's the sign of a top-class player to score like that.
He followed his instincts, he followed the play in, and then he followed watching the ball into the net.
Yeah, a lesson for any schoolboy, just to make sure you follow shots in, that you're in that danger area.
Fink. In behind the defenders. Goalkeeper in the eye. And there it is!
It was almost as if they drew them onto them so that there was space to break into, and how well they used that space.
And that scorer, he's just got too much pace for those defenders, you can see it. Well, it's great when a plan comes together and the manager doubly delighted with the way his team are playing.
(3-1) the scoreline, at least for the moment. Kowalcyzk. And the time to be added on here is a minimum of 3 minutes.
Fink. Some options now for the pass.
Ball, and they've made the opposition work really hard.
Morales. He's not even asked too much of the opponent, it's just a mishit pass. Good position, they've worked this attack very well into quite a dangerous position now.
Has to score!
It's a really good opportunity. A player of his ability would bury that 9 times out of 10.
He's going to find it difficult forgetting about that one for the next few days.
Semi-finals, and they are in the final.
It's a wonderful feeling, I can vouch for that. Look at the players down there, they are ecstatic.
Some final thoughts on one of the better performers today, Alan?
You have to make the most of these rich veins in form, which he's certainly in. Another goal, he's enjoying his football, and his team have won. Perfect.
Fink. In behind the defenders. Looks the goalkeeper in the eye. And there it is!
It was almost as if they drew them onto them so that there was space to break into, and how well they used that space. Well, we are still in the pre-season part of the calendar, but there is some silverware at stake, Alan. It's the final of the European Continental Shield.
Well, it'd be nice to lift the trophy, wouldn't it, before the season proper begins? Good way to start off the season.
Our match today is Huesca against Fortuna Düsseldorf. Here's a couple of players who you might keep a special eye out for today. Alan Smith's certainly going to do that.
Well, I think both of these players should come into this match with their confidence brimming, really, because they really have played well. They've led from the front.
Well, it's not the biggest European prize of all time, is it? But it's certainly a prize here in this pre-season tournament. And in the final, the best of the teams is coming out, because after all, they've had match practice and training to get ready for this.
Yes, they have. I mean, sometimes these tournaments, the fittest teams win rather than the best. But I think we're probably seeing the two most talented outfits here in the final.
Now we can check on the lineup. Looking at the lineup, he's got all the components in place, hasn't he, the manager, for the pressing style of play that's been a feature of his team.
Yeah, and many an opponent has found it difficult to cope with. If your touch isn't spot on against this aggressive type of closing down, you're going to lose it in dangerous areas.
And this is the way they will start the game today. Probably one of the two front men will slip behind the other and augment the midfield when required.
I think so. If they start getting overloaded in the middle of the park, that's always an option.
Morales.
In behind the defenders. First goal so important in the cup final, and they've got it.
Yeah, they've been playing well too. Hey, they get a second.
I don't think the scorer could have asked for better service from the wide area that gave him that chance, which he converted into the goal.
Well, all strikers depend to a certain extent on service, particularly service from out wide, and that was top draw. He's not the easiest of managers to work for, I know that, but these players are doing what he demanded beforehand now.
That point of view.
Gonna try one now. Oh, what a fine goal. They lead by 2 now. They'll feel a little bit more comfortable, and they're good value for this advantage at the moment. Well, if you keep going in to that sort of area, the ball will drop for you, and it dropped perfectly for him.
I think that's the lesson to anybody enduring a goal drought. Keep getting into the positions in the 18-yard, in the 6-yard box, and you will score. Don't know who the lad saw.
Oh, well done. That's the final whistle. That secures the European Continental Shield.
Yeah, arms held aloft, and they can relax now after having put in an awful lot of work over the course of this tournament.
Well, if you go into it, you want to win it, don't you? And they have won the European Continental Shield.
Yeah, there were plenty of tired legs at the end, but I think they deservedly won this. They were the sharper team over the course of the 90 minutes.
Well, if you go into it, you want to win it, don't you? And they have won the European Continental Shield.
Yeah, there were plenty of tired legs at the end, but I think they deservedly won this. They were the sharper team over the course of the 90 minutes.
You have to have the team photo, and they're getting ready for it now.
Yeah, one of those lovely scenes that you'll hang on the wall back at home.
Morales.
In behind the defenders. First goal so important in the cup final, and they've got it.
Yeah, they've been playing well too, and hey, they get a second.
I don't think the scorer could have asked for better service. They lead by 2 now. They'll feel a little bit more comfortable, and they're good value for this advantage at the moment.